And welcome back to Affordable Optics and Rifle Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing the Athlon Ares BTR GEN2 4.5 to 27 by 50. Now this optic pretty much has all the features that the PRS shooter or the long-range shooter are going to want. So it's got the 50mm objective, 30mm tube, tons of internal adjustment, 80 MOA on the elevation, same on the windage, really positive and audible clicks, zero stop, yes, a zero stop, super wide magnification range, and a long eye relief. Oh, and illumination, obviously. So this optic retails around 1,200 Canadian or around $850 US. You can find some links in the descriptions below if you're looking to pick one up. Now let's start this review off with the glass quality. So optics at this price point, I mean, they should be damn nice. I mean, the glass in this, you should be able to pick up very fine details from very far away. And I did find that was exactly the case with this optic. The glass in this optic is very nice, and you will be able to spot your hits. I mean, we were shooting at 750 meters on our giant steel gong, and I could make out every hit individually. So yes, this is really nice glass, and no, you will not be disappointed. And also this is some HD glass. If you're wondering what the difference between this model and the ETR is, well, one of the differences is the glass. This is HD and the ETR is the ED glass. So for glass quality, I'm definitely going to give it a 5 out of 5. You will not be disappointed whatsoever. And also to mention is the glass is very bright. Next we have the eye relief. So they advertise this at 3.9 inches of eye relief, and they are definitely right. This has a very long eye relief, so I can be up to this far, which actually feels further than 4 inches. Actually, it could be this far. So, I mean, this is at the lowest magnification. So, I mean, most people aren't just sitting and leaving it at the lowest magnification because the crosshairs are just too fine and it's not really usable. At 27 magnification, the eye box is pretty tight. It's not the most forgiving that I've seen at this price, but it's not the least forgiving that I've seen either. So it definitely has the length of eye relief, but for the eye box, it is fairly tight. So that's just one thing to consider with this optic. So for the eye relief, we are going to give it a 4 out of 5, just for the lack of forgivingness of eye box, but for the length, it definitely has it. Next, we have the field of view. So at the lowest magnification, where you typically have the highest or the widest field of view, on this optic you have 22.7 feet, which if we compare it, for example, to I think it was the Vortex Viper PSD Gen 2, which had, I think, 25 feet. This one has 22, but mind you, this one is at 4.5, so it's at lower. So maybe it should have a little bit more than the Viper. Now let's bring it to the highest magnification, where we have 3.8 feet at 27 magnification. With Vortex Viper only had 5, where this one has 3.8, which is quite understanding because it has a little bit more on the magnification side. So this one competes very well with the wide magnification high-end optic. So you won't be disappointed whatsoever. You'll be able to find your target easily because it has a nice and wide field of view. So we're definitely going to give this a 5 out of 5. Next, we have the focus parallax. So on this side, you'll see it has the focus parallax. It starts all the way down to 25 yards. So for those who are shooting air guns or even rimfire, this is going to be essential. You're going to need to focus all the way down to 25 yards. It goes from 25, 30, 40, 50, 100, 200, 500, and infinity. However, the numbers did not match the distances indicated. So when I was shooting at 750 that you're going to see in just a moment, we were actually adjusted somewhere between, we're just about at 200 yards. So yeah, the numbers did not match. Some companies don't even put numbers on their focus parallax adjustments just because, well, they want to avoid that issue. Other than that, the focus parallax is super smooth. There is no slop whatsoever, and it is really big and beefy. So when you're going to need to turn this rather quickly to adjust the focus to whatever distance you're shooting, it's going to be easy to grab and easy to turn. So for the focus parallax, we are going to give it a 4 out of 5, just because the numbers do not match the distances indicated. Next, we have the recoil. So this is where I get to have some fun. We're going to shoot it just at 100 meters to make sure she's zeroed, and then we're going to take her long range. All right, so we are only at 100 meters. We're just checking her as zero, obviously seeing if this can survive recoil. Now it's a little cold, so holding my fingers and just a little stiff. Let's get her done. It's a nice group.
going to say that's quite a nice group. Oh, I 100% pulled that one. And the trigger's a little light, which I mean, I'm used to it, but I don't know. I just went off a little before I expected. Well, if you ask me, that's a pretty damn nice, pretty damn tight group.
So that was a pretty awesome group. I just refined my load for my 308, and I think it did pretty damn good. So for recoil, we're gonna give it a 5 out of 5. Now let's go do some long range shooting.
It's about -2 outside right now, and we're gonna be shooting at 750 meters, which, I mean, is no small feat for a 308. It's kind of where the bullet kind of starts to drop like a rock. And I mean, we just walked all the way back from setting up our target downrange. I mean, you can see the target. We got a 24-inch by 24-inch and an 8-inch and a 4-inch. Yes, we're gonna try for all of them. Ears, I don't wanna go deaf. Whew. We already have it set for that distance, so let's do it. At least we thought we are. Yeah, we did hit it. Looks like we hit a little bit left and a little bit left. Sorry, a little bit low. All right, I'm gonna bring it up just a little bit. And 3 to the right. I think we hit the bullseye. We hit the 8-inch target. Yeah, baby. Woo! Oh, and we kind of now set it to an angle, so it's pretty much unshootable. You probably can see that from your angle because the camera's like, you know, like this, and the target's kind of looking like this. So it's pretty much perpendicular for us. I don't think we'll be able to whack that 8-inch one. And I mean, the 4-inch one, no, the 4-inch one still looks damn small. We're gonna try for it anyway. Don't think we're gonna hit it, but you know, wishful thinking. We hit it again the second time. Awesome, guys. I mean, obviously with this scope, I can tell my hits on the targets, which is really what you want at this price. I mean, you should expect to be able to see your impacts on steel at, well, this is about 800 yards or about, I think, 750 or so meters. And that's really what you should be able to expect. I would say this glass, as far as optical clarity, is quite nice, up to like 1,000 and a little bit more. I mean, this field ranges all the way down to, I think, 1,600 meters. And if I kind of focus myself in, I mean, I can make stuff out over there. I can not see like every blade of grass, but I mean, I can see fairly clearly. It might not be you might need to spend a little bit more if you wanted to be able to see your impacts at that distance. And I mean, you're asking a lot out of pretty much any scope for, let's say, that distance. But for what we're shooting, like 750 meters, even 1,000 would still be fine.
You have no idea how nice it is when you have a good quality glass, a really good scope, and you can spot your hits. I mean, we were lucky because in the snow you can actually see the splash whenever you do miss, so you can make the required correction. So I think we didn't have too many issues zeroing our optic over at that, getting our optic on at that range. I think we only missed a couple times when we were hitting, obviously, the big gong. The first 2 hits, I think, were misses, and after that we were consistently hitting, and then we were nailing that 8-incher, and did we hit the 4-incher with this one? I'm not too sure. Anyway, it was a blast. Now we have the turrets. This is the meat and potatoes of any optics review. So, I mean, this turret is super positive and super audible. I mean, listen to these. Wow. I mean, you can really tell this is sharp and this is audible. This is probably one of the sharpest that I have felt at this price range. Actually, you know, I think it is the sharpest. I don't think I've ever felt anything quite so sharp. Anyway, let's get to our testing and let's see how these turrets do.
All right, let's start with the box test. Let's go 10 MOA up. Perfect. Let's go 10 MOA right. Perfect. Let's go 10 MOA back down. Beautiful. And back to center. Perfect. Let's see if there's any point of impact change with magnification. Perfect. Now let's validate the tracking. Let's go 10 MOA down. Perfect. Let's go 20. Perfect. Let's go 40. Sorry, 30. 30. 40, and let's head to 50. We should be perfectly on. Awesome. All right, let's see how much internal adjustment it has. Let's go all the way down. That's it. This optic has 80 MOA. And that's as far as we go upwards. Okay, let's see how much windage adjustment it has. And that's it. Looks like it's got a few dead clicks here. And that's it. And we should be right back at 0. So first thing you're going to do is zero your optic as you typically would. Once that's done, you're going to remove this set screw right here. You're going to remove the turret cap. Now, in your box for the Athlon, it's going to come with one of these. All right, then you're going to place this on. You're going to make sure this is on the left side of this little shelf here. You're going to make sure it's snug right against it. You're going to use the Allen key that comes with in the box somewhere. And you're going to snug up these 3 set screws. They don't need to be killer tight, just like finger snug is great. All right, now we're going to set our cap back on, obviously on the 0. And put this little set screw back in. Now let's see just how well it works. Should return to 0 perfectly every time.
All right, so there was no point of impact change with magnification, as there should obviously not be at this price. This optic has 80 MOAs worth of internal adjustment, which is ideal. If you have a 20 MOA reel, well, that gives you 60 MOAs worth of internal adjustment to use for elevation drop, which, I mean, I think at 750 I was dialed, I don't remember, I think I was at like around 30 or so MOA. And I mean, how much further you need to shoot, right? I mean, this is more than enough. Probably more than I'm going to use in the next coming months. Anyway, with this amount of internal adjustment, you won't be disappointed whatsoever. You have more than enough in this to make do. Also, the turrets, they go in 25 MOAs per rotation. So having more MOAs per rotation is better than less, obviously. Well, for reasons you might not really know. Just because if you go all the way to 15, it's easier to know that you just got to go back 15. Whereas if you only had, let's say, 10 MOAs per rotation, then you'd have to be like, okay, I'm on my second turn or my first. This one, it's really nice and easy. You're just like at 15 or even 22, and you just bring it right back to 0. So for the turrets, they did really, really well. We're definitely going to give this a 5 out of 5. It's not going to leave you wanting for anything, okay? You're not going to be displeased whatsoever. So 5 out of 5 for the turrets. They are fantastic. Next, we have the reticle. So this reticle has Well, there's a few options. Most of them are MOA. You have the APLR3, which is a kind of like little plus sign in the middle. I had that, and I think that's what we had on the Athlon Ares BTR GEN2, which was a really, really nice scope for the price. Probably one of my most recommended at that price. You can also get the APLR5, which is a similar style, but instead of a plus sign in the middle, you have a dot. And the it's the APRS5 and the APLR4, which is the same reticle, but one's in mil, one's in MOA, and it's a nice dot in the middle, which is my preferred style of reticle. Also to note is this reticle is illuminated. So it's the full reticle that is illuminated, not just the center portion. And you have an off function between each illumination setting. I do find the brightness is a little bit on the low side. So for broad daylight, it's not going to be particularly useful. However, dawn and dusk, it's definitely going to serve you well. For the reticle, I mean, it's really going to come down to personal preference. In my opinion, this is my preferred style, so hence why I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. It's got all the features you want in MOA and in mils. And lastly, we have the warranty. So Athlon offers a excellent warranty. For those of you who don't know, it's pretty much a no questions asked. They cover everything from something being their fault, a default in the defective thing in the manufacturer, or even something breaking from regular wear and tear. So maybe you drop it or something of the sort, which is really, really nice to have in this day and age. And it's pretty much what we expect. And on modern, even expensive scopes is a lifetime warranty. I pretty much don't recommend anything that doesn't have a lifetime warranty, just because you never know what could happen. And I mean, life happens, right? So what are my final thoughts on this optic? Well, it is really, really nice. It's probably gonna be one of my favorite ones. Everything on this optic screams quality. Everything is super smooth. There's no slop in anything whatsoever. There's nothing you can find to complain about on this optic. The glass is really nice, and it is actually one of the brighter 50mm objectives that I have seen. So we've tested quite a few optics priced pretty much exactly at this price. We've reviewed the Vortex Viper PSD GEN2, for example, and I don't have that one on hand anymore, but from what I recall, this one is maybe slightly brighter and has really, really good sharpness of image. So, I mean, you won't be disappointed whatsoever. So if you're looking to pick one up, I mean, we're going to leave some links in the descriptions below. They are affiliate links, so they do help the channel. Mind you, anybody can make an affiliate link. I'm not like a dealer or anything, but it helps the channel. It helps the channel continue and get these scopes and review them. Also, if you are looking for any other optics in this type of price range, we have a collection. Check out, there's like a link here at the end. You can just click on that, and there's many other optics around this price that you may want to consider. So thanks for watching affordable optics and rifle reviews.